Hi guys, Ghost Revenue here and welcome back to Icarus. We are day 2 of our survival and our survival guide on how we're going to survive. Please don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel and I'll bring you cool daily videos like this. So we're pretty much jumping in where we left off the last time. We had just built our mattress and we just slept through the night. Looks like the day is going to be a good day. So I'm just going to pop outside. There is a wolf over here. Let me just see if I can kill him one shot. Nope. Okay, make sure there's no other wolves or anything around. It's very good XP to be able to kill wolves and that type of thing. So you should try and, like, if you do see a wolf, we are at a stage we're able to take them on. So we should definitely do that as often as we can. So I'm trying to think what we're going to do on day number 2. I did introduce you to the cave. Let's have a look at our inventory, see how much oxygen we have left. Don't have an absolute fortune of oxygen left. And we are able to create the bone armor. So I think let's do that. Let's create that quickly. Once it crafts, it automatically puts it into inventory. So we're still going to be kitted out. We're going to get our shoes and boom, there we go. Okay, so now we fully kitted out in armor. This is one of the first levels of armor in the game, but it's good enough to help you survive an attack. Give it a little bit of additional health. So yeah, okay, so let's just go and farm some basic resources and stuff. We have leveled up as well, so we need to assign those points. Let's see which direction we're going to go. Just don't have very much wood, so I just want to collect a little bit while we're out and about. Let's cut a big one closer to home. Here's a deer. He doesn't see us, and there's a baby deer as well. Boy, that just went straight into the tree. We killed the baby and not the mommy. Okay. Got both of them down. I don't know where it is that we shot the baby. Oh, there he is over there. I just want to skin him, because if you don't and you leave it there, what will happen is it will attract predators. But if we try and break it now, we will break the knife. Okay, so we're going to chop down this tree here. Nice big tree. Remember, when you chop it, you want to chop it away from your direction. So gravity's going to make it fall down this way. If you don't do that, you will definitely get hurt. So be careful. I don't know where did that other piece of wood went flying to. Initial stages of the game, you want to be just collecting basic resources, collecting wood, collecting stone, because everything you do is obviously adding to your XP pool and it's helping you level. So every single piece of wood that I chop, every single time I chop wood, I'm getting XP. As you can see, I'm getting 25, 25, 25. I think that might be the damage that's been done to the wood. I think that's what it is. Sorry, guys. Okay. There's another deer over there. It's a problem with not having a decent bow and arrow. You don't necessarily kill them in the first go. We'll just make a few more arrows as well. We don't have very many. Maybe we can have a look at our tech tree and see if we can get bone yet. So we have to wait till level 5 in order to be able to get bone. So let's wait on that. I don't know where that deer went. He's over there. Oh, nice shot. Okay. So everything we're doing, we're getting XP for, which is exactly what you want. Okay, just don't forget to keep repairing the knife. When you got quite close and he ran away with his tail between his legs. Okay, so let's drink some water. We just check how much charcoal we've got. We get charcoal from the fireplace. We do have the fireplace going and burning nicely. So we do have 4 pieces. Let's just get some other stuff cooking. Okay, and we can consume a couple of things as well. Alright, so we've got quite a bit of wood. So how we can store wood is we can automatically make... there's another deer. Really nice. It's good XP for us. So hunting especially at the beginning of the game as much as you can. I know you'll have too much meat and you'll have too much stuff in your backpack, but you can always just get rid of it. I mean, you don't have to hold it in. Just going to repair my bow, repair my knife. I'm sure there's nobody going to attack us. So if you want to get rid of some stuff out of your backpack, you literally just go into your inventory and you just right click on it and you say destroy. And it's gone, just like that. Okay, so let's just go check on our wood. Okay, so we now got a different piece of meat. And we're going to be cooking one of those, and I think after that we're going to cook, as long as we have enough space. So I'm just going to grab some of this, and then I'm just going to drop some more of it into here. I hear a wolf. I see there's a deer over there. That was a terrible miss. Okay, let's just craft some more arrows. There's the wolf. It's really good XP for us. Okay, so what I wanted to show you was how to make a wood pile. So by default, it's automatically. So if you've got too much wood in your backpack, what you can do is you can make one of these, and then you can drop it off on the floor. I just want to kill this deer if I can. Crap. That was terrible in so many ways, but I see there's another animal there, I think. No. The animals can sneak up on you, so you just need to be careful. You don't get caught out in the open. And you can stack them as well, so you can drop them on top of one another. And then if you want to get it again, you can just walk up to it and you can hold the F button and it'll give you back the 100 wood. And the reason why I'm not putting it near my base is because if we do get struck by lightning, because the storms can get really hectic here, so if we do get struck by lightning and we can't keep our base alive and it burns down, then we're not completely desolate. We're going to have some resources available. So the same sort of thing, I want to go and do that with the stone. Just go and collect at least 100 stone. With the stone tools, it obviously takes a lot longer to harvest resources, so you just have to be patient. And everything you're doing, as I said here, is giving you XP. So you want to be doing everything all the time. And as soon as we get to level 5, we haven't even had a look at our points yet, but as soon as we get to level 5, we'll be able to go to bone arrows. And as soon as we do that, we can do a lot more damage. So it's much better for us. You can see we just need to be careful of our stamina. Just make sure our stamina doesn't drop down to 0. Because then you're going to have to recover the stamina and you're going to be at a little bit of vulnerability for a short period of time. So you just want to be careful that you don't do that. Okay, and because we're going to make a pile, it's going to will take 100 stone. So I want to just have a little bit extra. Just mining it off the floor as well. So yeah, almost at the stamina drop to 0. So there's a rabbit. Let's go get him. Cheeky guy. I hear bucks and things all over the place, or deer. There was somebody there. Nice. We're actually lucky to have got that second shot off. See, I heard him, and then he came and attacked us almost immediately. So we just want to skin him, so we don't attract any more predators or any more of these horses, because these horses will also come. And with that, we've managed to hit level 5. Let me just repair the knife. Okay, we do have 120, so let me just make a stone pile. I'll drop that down next to the wood ones. Okay, so then we've got 100 stone. So 100 stone is not a lot, because when we start making stone building materials and stuff like that, it uses a lot of stone. So it's always good to farm a lot of stone. And the quicker you go up in your levels, the quicker you can go up in technology as well. So let's have a look where we want to go. So we don't even have a campfire. I thought we did. No, we do. There we go. Okay, so now we can go bone knife. Super, super, super important. Bone arrow. And see what anything else. Cloth armor. So we're not going to go into desert right now, but cloth armor for the desert. Basic fishing rod. I don't think we're going to be fishing anytime soon. We can hold off on our technology points. You don't have to spend them. That's for oxygen. It's like the first level of the system of being able to store oxygen. I don't like it very much. There are better solutions, so probably just wait off on that. Bone spear we don't really need. Bone sickle we don't really need. So I think for now we're actually okay. Maybe we can do... I don't even know if we want to do a small wooden crate. Maybe we can do a drying rack. Okay, and what that's going to enable us to do is actually dry meat as opposed to cooking it. So, and obviously dried meat has more longevity because it's dried. It'll last longer. It takes longer to spoil, so it's much better. And you can pretty much place this thing anywhere you want to. Okay, so there's the drying rack, and you don't have to worry about animals coming and getting it either. So I'm just going to stick it, let's just stick it in the water. Maybe let's not stick it in the water. Let's just stick it up here for now. And you can pretty much put anything that can be cooked into the drying rack. It tells you what recipes are here. So you'll see they'll start producing that food. Okay, so we've got very little oxygen and we've got very little wood and stone because we've used all of it. So you can see the food should be on here. You should be able to see it, but for some reason you can't. Okay, let's go check out what's going on here. A little bit of chaos. Okay, so let's eat that. Let's eat that. What is that? Okay, spoiled meat, so that you can use to make poisons and stuff a little bit later as well. Okay, so level 5, we should be able to also do our talents quite nicely now. It's a baby horse. Where's mommy? Where's mummy? Oi. Okay, so that was a piranha fish. You got to be careful of piranhas, especially in the water. You do have a suit on, so you can breathe underwater. As long as you have oxygen in your suit, you can breathe. Okay, so I'm just going to fill up with water. Just going to have a quick drink. I want to let us drink. Press F to drink. Wouldn't let me drink there for a second. Okay, let's just see if we've got some dried meat. We have. I was going to make... I don't think you can actually make raw bacon at all, so that's one of the things I can't make. Dried fish. Can we do anything with dried fish? No. So let's just get some dried meat. And we said we need to find some oxide. So let's go and do that. To make sure we don't get surprised by any animals or anything. There's some oxide over there. Good XP as well. It's a good idea to just, as I said, just mine everything, especially in the beginning of the game. You're going to get XP for everything, but mining in the early stages definitely helps. Okay, we don't have any sulfur or anything, and sulfur we can use to make the more advanced torch. So we can make a floor torch and we can make a wood torch. We don't have a fire whacker, so we definitely need to make sure we have one of those. Because what are we getting? Doesn't really say, but there is something coming. The silver can be used to power your oxide oxygen machine when you get them. And you can also use it for gunpowder. There's a couple of other recipes that use it as well, so it's always good to pick it up. But if you also don't have a lot of storage in the beginning, just be careful what you're picking up. I don't know what storm this is. I didn't really see. I wasn't paying attention, which is not good. Okay, so what can we craft? We can craft the fire whacker. Okay, so if we do have a lightning strike, basically what the fire whacker does is if you hit the item, it puts out the flames of the fire. So I'm going to keep everything repaired. And we're going to have a look at our talents. So we've got 3 points available. So combat, we want to just try and get the damage with our bow up as much as we can. Cheaper bow crafting, increased durability maybe. Damage with bows and crossbows. These are 3 points available, and we do have a solar point available, and we have 1. So movement speed or life, so let's increase our base health. Just make us a little bit stronger to survive. If we do come across a bear or something like that, we will have a little bit more health to be able to engage. I don't think this is going to be a hectic storm, guys. I think it's going to be quite simple. I suppose I could show you what the oxidizer looks like and how it works. It's your first introduction to making oxygen on your own. So you can create the oxidizer, and then you can feed it with oxite. Okay, so I'm just going to drop this here just so you can see. It's almost got like a little balloon. So we do have a little bit of oxide. We've got 14 in our inventory, so we can drop it in the bottom. And what that'll do is it'll fill this little balloon up, and then we can come and take sips out of the balloon and get our oxygen back. Okay, but we do have the ability to make bone arrows now, which is absolutely fantastic. We're also able to make a bone knife, so it's going to replace our stone knife, so it's a little bit more durability, and I think it's much better than what we've currently got. And then what we're going to do is let's just have a look. We've made our bedrolls, so we can make 31 arrows. So let's make the 31. Okay, and then if you're on your bow and arrow, you can hold down the R button, and then you can change it to the bow and arrows, or vice versa. You can change it back to the stone arrows. And so I'm just going to destroy what bow and arrows we have because we don't need them anymore. And I'm going to destroy the knife as well, so we can get the resources back. Okay, so I'm just literally eating. See, we don't really need spoiled meat now, and we are going to get a lot more later, so I'm just going to destroy that for now. Okay, and the tech tree, I'd like to get the floor torch, and I'd like to get the wood torch. They're good things to have, especially at night. So now we can actually craft a better torch. So let's just take that one away, and then let's just craft a decent one. I'm going to destroy that one. Much nicer. Okay, and then basically the floor torch is cool because it'll give us light at night, and you can put it on the ground anyway. So because your house is made out of wood, you need to be super careful about obviously where you put it. You don't want to put it too close to the walls because when you light it, you can actually catch the walls on fire, and it's just crazy. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of stuff in it, and I can activate it, and it gives us light inside. And the oxite doesn't have any more, but it is full. We can just take a sip from there, and our oxygen has been automatically filled. I think the storm is almost done. A sip of oxygen. Okay, and let's go and just farm a little bit more stone. There's a wolf, I hear a wolf. Let's go farm him. Because he's XP. There he is. Okay, now we have the bone knife and the bone arrows, so we do more damage, and now we can skin them quicker. And the knife obviously has more durability as well. So, much better for us overall. Okay. So I don't hear anything else. If I see anything else, we'll take advantage and we'll kill it. We are going to need some more oxygen, and there's some oxygen over there. There's oxygen right here as well, so let's rather get this one. Yeah, I don't really see anything. We should actually just turn the fire and the torch off if we're not using them. Oh, we can actually cook some more here. We do need some wood. Let's go and farm some more wood. Also, when you get like hectic storms that bring a lot of wind and stuff like that as well, because you can get some ones that the wind picks up very badly and it can do a lot of damage to your shelter, but it also knocks down trees. So if you have trees that are close to your shelter, it's very possible that your shelter is going to get damaged. So just be careful and just be aware of that. Okay, we should have this cooked meat. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to eat that. And then this is not anything worth, so I'm just going to destroy these. I don't know if it's enough to keep it as 3 separate things, as 3 separate food groups, but if not, we'll just have to find another food group. Nice and easy. Yes, there was some oxygen and stuff which we want to do. But, okay, let me just... something look into the distance and see if we can see any oxide. There's watermelon. There's pumpkin close by as well. I hear a wolf. He's right here. Okay, so we've managed to skin 3 different animals now. And our knife is still going, but I think it's going to be at the end now. Yeah. Just before the last strike. So just stay close to your shelter. You could do a little bit of exploring. Just be careful that the wolves and stuff listen out, because there's sound cues that let you know that there are animals by. Oh, and wolves especially, because wolves can detect you from slightly further away, and they suddenly jump on top of you when you're least expecting it. They can be quite dangerous. So just be careful. I don't know why the baby came to us, but didn't survive that. Okay. The next major milestone is level 10. So we will get there. We're almost level 6. So we've got only 20, 30, which is not a lot. Just one more on the floor. Okay, so here's some more. There's a deer right here. Because we know now it takes exactly 2 or 3 to break it, so I'm just going to repair it after the second one. Like sitting right over a pumpkin. I don't know how the pumpkin grew inside of that, but it did. Okay. Now we've got too much oxide and nowhere to store it. What's really nice about the berries as well, so if you right click and you say consume stack, it'll eat whatever you need to fill your hunger, but also to feed your thirst. Feed your thirst, to quench your thirst. So if enough berries, you can keep yourself alive. You don't have to have water, and it's not polluted water either, so it's good for you. Okay, so there's a different one, and let's just get some more of this going. Okay, so how are we doing? We've got more talent points available. We've got 3. So normally I go for a wooden spear and I go for the bone sickle because you do need a late stage, and then I go for the wooden spear, and then I move to the bone spear. It's quite important if you do have a fall that you can use this. A satchel kit is very important if you get attacked by a bear or something. Then what it'll do is if you get a deep wound, it heals the deep wound for you. And this is a talent point, so you have to wait until you can get that. Okay, so antibiotic paste. I think let's look at that. We can research that and make 1 or 2 of those. If we're in the mines, there's a good chance we can get lung disease, what's it called, pneumonia, when you're in the mines. I know it's a bit strange because you do have a spacesuit and you do have oxygen, but for some reason if you spend too much time in the mines, you can definitely get pneumonia, and this is the only thing that stops it from or speeds up the process of curing yourself or getting better. Seed extractor I've never seen before, so this is something new. This is how you can get seeds out of your fruits and your vegetables. That's what it looks like. And this is a way of being able to put signs down so that you can see exactly where you're going. Okay, survival points. Let's go and have a look at survival. So increase wood from trees. I don't know if we want... I want to do... If you have a look right down here, chopped wood is automatically added to your inventory. So I'd like to go and do something or get something like that. We get inventory capacity space. Okay, adventure. So increase your base health, increase your base movement speed, which are things that I normally take. Here's another stamina regeneration, which is also super important. So let's look at increasing our health again. Okay, and it says we do have another soda point, so let's increase our health regen. Let's give ourselves additional stamina. And then the next one we can do either health regen or stamina regen, because stamina you use for everything. When you're chopping wood, you're chopping trees, you're mining stone, you're fighting, everything uses stamina. So you increase your stamina bar quite far. Got 2 blueprint points available. Okay, so maybe we should just research the smaller, just drop some oxide in here since we do have a lot of it. Just thinking maybe we should research the small storage or the large storage. And we can craft one of those things. And we can take the chance of doing something in a wooden house, because this will give us a lot of storage capacity. Okay, so I'm just going to keep a little bit of stuff on us. We definitely don't need the stone. Oh, we actually are going to need it because in case we need to repair our tools. So let's repair our stone, repair our knife, cut this in half. Okay, because I want to go and collect some resources. So already 4:15, so it's a little bit late for us. Let's just go and do a little bit. It's not too far from here, and we're going to have to go and battle some worms anyways. So give us a little bit of excitement this episode. Let's go and do that. I'll stop sprinting there for a little bit, just let my stamina regen, and just because I saw something and it ended up being a rabbit. But that's how quickly a wolf can appear on you, and then suddenly you're dead. So we don't have a fortunate time before the sun goes down, and you don't want to be outside because it gets extremely dark at night time. We will be able to make our way back to our camp, that's for sure, but what's not easy about it is it's dark, and there's lots of wild animals. Okay, so here is the first worm. I think there was quite a few from what I remember. I think there might even be another one. Probably should have drank some water before we left. Okay, so we're just going to start with some basics. So let's just get some iron. We're just doing this more for XP because we can't do anything with it yet, but it is very good XP. And we do have our cool backpack, so we can carry quite a bit. Just want to mine it to the point until you hear that breaking sound. Like that. obviously the higher you go up in the technology tree, the better equipment and stuff you can get. So you eventually you'll get like an iron axe, and then you'll get a steel axe, and then you'll get platinum axe and a titanium axe. So it does help. And then what happens is it also gives you additional benefits. So you can gather more resources, and then you can add not enchantments, but you can add slots where you can enhance the gear. So you can farm more iron when you are farming iron, and you can farm more copper, etc., etc. So it's very interesting. I really like the way it's done. See, so we don't have one of those things because we don't have any charcoal. So otherwise I was going to make one of these antibiotic pastes, but we're not able to because, and we actually have got pneumonia now. So you can see if you go to your inventory, we've got cave sickness. So the infection of the lungs slows health and stamina regeneration, counter with antibiotics or waited out. So minus 50% health regeneration, minus 50% stamina, and minus 10% experience gain. So I didn't know about the experience, so that's not good. Especially when we are farming iron. Okay, but it is getting nighttime, so I think we should start making our way out of here anyways. Just want to finish just mining this node. Okay. And you can see the sun starting to go down, and our stamina pool is reduced by half. So let's quickly make our way back to our home before it gets too dark. You can see the sun's going down. Look at the other planets in the distance. Such a beautiful game. So well done. So realistic as well. Okay, so we have to get back to our base in order to be able to sleep through the night, and we can only do that from 6 o'clock. So that's actually broken at 6 o'clock. And let's just get a little bit of water. And we can eat some food. Okay, and we are producing a little bit more food here. We are going to want to sleep through the night, so we're going to be able to keep the fire going. So let's just drop this in here. We will definitely be using that later. So just keep your hands on it, and then also that as well. So you can hear a wolf in the distance. And because the sun's going down, it's getting late. I think I'm going to leave the episode there for today. So I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Let's sleep through the night. And yeah, I will definitely catch you in the next one. I hope you have a good day. Take care. Cheers. Bye-bye.